Hello, everyone. I hope you are having an amazing December. And we're super excited to do the Positivity Circle tonight because,
It's our 1 year anniversary of Positivity Circles.
yay! Thank you so much, Sangeeta, for trudging through an entire year of coming on and just being so wonderful and really being a light to everyone. We really appreciate you and all the effort you've put in.
Well, I want to thank you and all who join. Without you, this could not have happened at all. So we are in a circle, right? It's a collective.
That's right.
It's true. And actually, Sangeeta was saying she has an extra special treat for us at the end. So make sure that you hang around until then, because the end is always the best.
It is. It's so good. And it's going to be extra special tonight, so don't leave. Make sure you stick around for the full hour, folks. It will be worth every second of the wait.
It will indeed. And Apple says, happy anniversary of spreading peace. And Susan says, hello. And everybody's welcome, and you're welcome to just be quiet or to join in and chat. Sangeeta, did you want to talk about last month's, or did you want to start a different way?
Yeah. I would like to start the way I always start. That is by reviewing our last month's theme, which was obviously it was gratitude because we had Thanksgiving, and this Thanksgiving was extra special. I was mindful of the theme, not just on Thanksgiving Day, but throughout. Whenever I hug my daughter or whenever we spend quality time as a family, I was so thankful. But then I met with Cheryl and Kathy. We had a nice vegan buffet. And then we had a nice pre-Thanksgiving, which was special because not just because Cheryl and Kathy were there, but also Elizabeth. Elizabeth had been so inspiring. It was my first time meeting her. She came to pre-Thanksgiving and also to our vegan Thanksgiving. So it has been a great month and I had a lot to thank for. Which itself is what I'm thankful for, to have that I had to thank. I was thankful for.
Well, that's awesome. And that was the first time we met that Elizabeth. We have another Elizabeth who's here all the time usually, although I think she's going on vacation.
She actually is leaving tomorrow for a trip with her husband, so she may not have time to pop in tonight. So we'll see. She's probably packing and getting ready.
And what are you thankful for? Did you think about being thankful?
I am thankful that I am in much better health right now than I have been in a very, very long time. I'm thankful that I have you in my life to kind of help keep me less ADD, and and reminding me that I didn't put away that vacuum after I vacuumed, kind of thing. So, because otherwise that vacuum would be right there for the next, month or so.
Till it's time to vacuum again.
Actually, yeah, I'm really bad with that. But also, I'm very thankful for Sangeeta and all our friends here locally that have just kind of helped us over the past year and a half or so to just leave our house and get back into the world and start experiencing things and enjoying our community here locally and online. And so I'm just very thankful for that and everyone that's here.
I'm really thankful for our local community. And it's so nice that we have a local community. Like Sangeeta, her husband Dilip, her daughter Anu. Um, Also, the whole food plant-based people, who's another Elizabeth, a third Elizabeth. I think there's a lot of
That's
you
right.
guys, you know, and that we've met a lot of people through that whole food plant-based group too. And
Yeah.
so I know some of you are in communities where you feel more alone with that. And so it makes it really nice. And this year has been really interesting with all the travel we've been doing. And while sometimes it can be a little stressful, just little bits of it, you know, that's the way, anything good is still going to have some little bits with it. I'm really thankful that we keep meeting really amazing people that we want to keep in touch with. Even this
Yeah.
last trip that we just came back, we met two lovely people who live in France that are moving to Spain that we just
Yeah,
had
they
the
live in England.
Oh, that's right.
And
Sorry.
they're moving to-
He's
He's
from
French.
France. They both lived in England, and they're moving to Spain. And it's just once again, you know, at least every other trip we've had, and we've had a lot of trips this year, we've come away with people that we're corresponding with, and it gives me faith in people in the world. I think when we stay in our tight little bubble, especially if our bubble is our house, and really the only people we're seeing are like news people and things, it's really easy to start being negative. And so whenever I start being like, oh, maybe I don't like people, and then I'm like, no, I just don't like really horrible people. And everybody isn't really horrible. You know, everybody isn't trying to destroy the world.
Right.
There are lots of people who are out there who want to make it a better place. And I think getting out of my bubble helps me see it's not just the few people I know. It's hundreds of thousands of people I don't know yet.
And every
too.
time we start feeling like, wow, like maybe people are just so rude and things, or maybe this isn't fun for us right now because of, you know, some of the people are just pushy and shovey, and then the universe drops people right in our lap and says, no, darn it, you're going to have a good time, and we're going to give you these people to have a good time with. And that's happened every time we've started to feel a little discouraged during the trip. Then all of a sudden, the universe just drops somebody in our lap that just changes the whole trajectory of everything for us.
And I'm also thankful, and I think, wasn't introspection one of our topics? Is that the word that I never got right?
Retrospection.
Retrospection. Thank you. See, I'm still getting it wrong. But I think that was as hard as it was for me to grasp, I think it's the thing that I've resolved now. So I've been kind of looking ahead of how I want things to change on the channel, or even in Kathy's Cooking Club, or just in general on the information. And I talked a little bit about this in Kathy's Cooking Club last night, but I want to do more like this, more positivity in the world, more kindness, more community building things, as well as more cooking, and let's all cook together, let's ask questions about that and really work with that. I feel like in the past couple of years it's accidentally skewed towards weight loss, which is never what I just want people to eat delicious food no matter what their dietary limitations are. Allergies are choice. And so I was starting to struggle with that. And I was having trouble resolving it. But I really just kind of kept going back. And then finally, last night when I talked about it, everything feels good. Right? So now I understand the lesson you were trying to put out. Long
Exactly.
story.
Exactly. And I've said that where I got that idea is from work, right? I work for a big company, and all those companies have this practice in the agile methodology that you plan ahead for next 2 weeks or whatever the length of your period is, and at the end of that you look back at that period. And the reason that these companies are doing it so diligently is because they see the value in it. So I thought that why don't we do that in our personal life? And when I started doing it, I saw the value in it. And that's when I thought that, um, it would be a good theme for us to experience.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I think it's huge. It really is. And like sometimes it was interesting to me just because I had this feeling of discomfort. I wasn't feeling at ease and I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I'm like, do I just not want to do food content? Is that what it is? And I was like, I don't think that's what it is. I love making food. And then I realized, oh, some of this other stuff just started to be at odds with what my main goal is, which is building community and supporting people where they are and not telling people what to do. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, it actually our nature is such that if there is a difficult situation that we have been through, or a little bit of a conflict or something embarrassing to us, our tendency is to like forget about it, right? Let's not think about it, let's not talk about it. But then you also don't learn from it, and we don't improve and figure out strategies to avoid that from happening going forward. you know uh, and, and that's why I have been using retrospection, and it has been quite helpful for me in forcing the situation. Oh yeah, this is what happened last time, and I don't want to hold grudges against anyone. So, but I have to figure out a way to move forward. If I'm going to get into that situation again, how do I navigate that so that I minimize the conflicts and the arguments and just move forward?
That's so smart, and that's a great way to put it, especially with the holidays and with a lot of people maybe coming together with family and not all family, especially if you're with extended family. That makes it even, the more people you add into a room, the more likely you are to maybe not see eye to eye with everyone. We're going to Lime and Lemon for Christmas Day. That's been our tradition the past few days with some friends.
Past 2 years, it happened because the power was
Went out.
and it was what was open, and we all loved it so much that we were like, let's just do it again. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of funny. But so I don't have any angst about the holidays, but I know a lot of people do. And I know there's been a lot of cold and snowy weather, different places around. But like, I just love the idea of kind of thinking about what you want to do and how you want to do things differently. And like for me, in one situation with a person that I sometimes have conflict with, it's about changing my own expectations too. I find that for me, that's what gets me in the most trouble. If I have a lot of expectations, that's when I'm more likely to be upset. So, but I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for you talking about this earlier. And I'm starting to kind of feel like I'm coming back into a good, cozy place. And I'm really thankful for that too.
That's great. Okay, let's hear from our audience. Has anyone experienced any past themes that we have had?
Or you could just say what you're grateful for this holiday season.
Yeah. You can make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, that is a theme. So
Kathy enjoying her pure soul lemonade.
It's cherry ginger lemonade. Do you guys ever go to Pure Soul?
we don't eat out that much.
And it's not super healthy, though there's some things you can get that are okay. And they have a soul bowl, which has greens and black-eyed peas and rice, which are really nice. But their lemonade specials are really good.
Yeah, before we used to eat out on the days Dilip had some teaching gig, But now he teaches all the time. So
So you would go out all the time.
yeah, and so now I'm comfortable just making something quick and easy, and that I like the way I like. And luckily, Anu likes it whatever I cook. So that settles it as well.
Nice.
So
Oh, the
on the days that Dilip is available, obviously he likes to cook, so he cooks, and when he's not, then I've gotten into the habit of cooking. It also
Nice.
gives me the opportunity to eat Indian food and make Indian food because he usually does not cook Indian. So,
I wouldn't have even thought that, but we've talked about that before. It makes sense now that I've heard you say it out loud. Because I'm like, I can tell you, if I can eat Indian food 3 times a day, I
She
will.
will.
Like, I love Indian food. It's
She does.
delicious.
it
Yeah,
is delicious.
right? And it's so varied. So it all worked out perfectly, but like tonight is Indian buffet night, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking about that a little bit. But
That's right, yeah.
um, I think everybody's being quiet tonight, which is
Yeah.
okay.
And that's fine.
Hanging out with us. Do you want to talk about anything else with that or move on to the next topic?
Yeah, some days I see how many people we have, and some days I don't, and I don't do it. Um,
Um, we've got a few. We definitely have a few. We
okay.
have more than a couple. Apple says, I'm grateful for the internet because as someone who's mostly housebound, it keeps me connected to others.
Definitely.
And that's true too. I feel that as well. Like sometimes when I'm definitely feeling like staying in my cave, the first thing I can do is go on the internet and talk to someone or even go live and just be there.
Yeah. And we feel like everybody online, like there's a lot of people that are online with us a lot. We feel like we know them. They're our friends. And, we just can't wait to meet everybody in real life because, I mean, that's kind of a goal for us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also for someone like me, most of my family is all over the place, and so it's always good um, to have ways to communicate. These days, it's become really instantaneous. I remember when I first came to United States, we didn't have all this internet. I used to get a calling card, and those were also expensive. So I used to call my family once a week. My parents. I wasn't married then, so um, so I remember those days like only once a week, and that too like I could at least afford the calling card. My parents could not even afford that, so it was every time that I would call is when we would talk, and they would wait for me to call them.
Aw,
Aw.
that's sweet.
Yeah. So, but now it's become like so easy. Like all the time we are in touch.
That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Um, Anybody else? I'll type it in too in case
Yeah.
one.
I think we got a bit of a delay too tonight, so
Delayed start. Yeah, people might have given up on us.
Oh no, I think we have a pretty good number of people.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So, if we are done talking about past themes, I can declare this week's theme. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit initially before we go into our ritual so that everyone has a time to think about it. So, this month's theme is forgiving. We are going into the new year. So if we combine all of our previous themes and if we do a little retrospective, see where we are holding unnecessary grudge. Can we get rid of that? Can we rid ourselves of that unnecessary burden by forgiving them? Sometimes you cannot forgive unless there is a resolution. I understand that. So we don't want like toxic forgiving, but there might be some places, particularly you forgive yourself first. Um, and then if you, let's say you wanted to go vegan, I mean, most everyone may be vegan, I don't know. But let's say you wanted to, but you started and then something happened and you fell off. Forgive yourself and get back on. And that's just not veganism. Any habit that you're, good habit that you're trying to form. Forgive yourself, then let's move on to our family with our partners or anyone. Uh, is there any place that something happened many years ago and then you keep harping on that? I'm finding those spots that I do to Dilip, and I'm going to try to forgive that and move on. Now, I'm not going to mention those things again.
I had to show us both. I don't usually like to interrupt this, but we're laughing. So I just didn't want you to be out there going, maybe it's just me. No.
Oh, she'll bring something up from 15 years ago and be like, and it'll be like, you always do this. And it's like, I haven't done that in 15 years. And she's like, but you did it. So you might do it
800
again.
times. You did it 800 times. Yeah, I think especially when you're living with someone, it's really easy because I was reading something and I can't remember where it was, but it was some saying why some Japanese marriages last longer than American marriages. And one of the things they said is they try not, and obviously this could be totally fake news, but I like the idea. But it was that they take time out, wait till they're emotionally regulated again, and then talk to each other. Because the times that we, and I haven't even talked to her about that yet, because the times that we bicker, it's one or both of us are emotionally dysregulated instead of going off in our corners and calming down.
Then we just go. We just kind of go at it. So it's,
Yeah.
And
Okay, so we'll talk more, but this was just a background. Let's get into our ritual. Can we please bring up the image of the earth? Okay, great. Thank you. So here is our image. To get a perspective, to remind ourselves that we are the voyagers of an unknown journey on our spaceship, the Earth. It is a journey from one unknown to another. Nothing stays the same, not even the stars or the galaxies. The journey is not easy. It comes with struggles and hardships. The only way to get through it is to hold each other's hand. Let us whisper words of courage and kindness. Let us sing the songs of love. Let us be together in this circle. No matter how hard the life is, we are still incredibly lucky to be able to enjoy this magnanimous universe. Let us take a couple of minutes of silence. Let us meditate on positivity and on this month's topic of forgiving. After the silence, I will invite everyone to share their thoughts on forgiving. Thank you, Kathy. How do we bring up the 2 minutes of silence?
Go for it. Just click start.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that silence. Let's now invite everyone to discuss forgiving.
Anybody got something they would like to start us off with in the comments? We'll give you some time to get that typed in there, and I think forgiveness is very, very important, because I know for a long time I was kind of harboring some stuff, and just about losing my job and everything, and kind of blaming and things like that. And what purpose did that serve me? Look at how much better my life is now, the freedom that I have. So yeah, I just, once I realized that, and I actually said, I just have to forgive what happened and just move on. And that has actually made it a lot easier for me. And I think my mood's been a little better, and everything, I mean, I still stress about stuff, but that's just because I like to stress about stuff.
Is that you haven't learned a different way of doing it.
That's true,
I think.
yeah.
I don't think you enjoy it.
No, sometimes. Sometimes I like to have a puzzle to stress over a little bit.
Okay, well, I'll make you a list of something else you can stress over. I think within all of this, it's important to also mention forgiving yourself.
Very important. I think that's where we all should start.
Because there's sometimes little things that I did even at a young age that if I think about hard enough, I can make myself feel bad for the whole day. I've worked over that over years and years. And then also for me, I think I've got to figure out where forgiveness and changing my expectations meet too, because I think and I think you were mentioning this too, you don't want to just, forgiving isn't just saying, okay, run over me again.
Right. Exactly.
Is forgiving is saying, yeah, you are what you are. It's like a cat and a dog. So if a cat gets agitated, it's going to smack you or the cat next to it, even if it's mad because there was a loud noise outside. Dogs tend to not direct that way. And so I'm trying to think of some things like that, like, oh, well, people aren't doing it on purpose. It's just what they are, and trying to accept them where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we all are limited. And so we need to forgive ourselves and we need to forgive other people in our life. And there is a great comment in the comment section about
I'll
that.
put it up so you can.
Apple says, I find a lot of guidance with Buddhist teaching that holding onto anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is for me, not for the other person, and that's really good.
That's really great. Yeah, and I mean, most religions have something about forgiving. Um, Now, I wonder if having a specific ritual might help. For example, in Jainism, there is this period where everyone asks for forgiveness from their family, from the environment, um, that please forgive me for the hurt I might have caused you, knowingly or unknowingly. And I think that is a good ritual. When the entire community goes through it, I think it brings the focus on forgiving. But if we don't all have that kind of a ritual, so I wonder, writing down about it, what you're going to forgive and whom, that might be a good way of reminding yourself and making a resolution about that. Journaling about it, or sometimes write it on a piece of paper, something that you were really mad about and you want to forgive that person. Write it on a piece of paper and burn it. It's gone.
That's a great idea. Kathy had to step out for a minute, but she'll be right back.
We'll
And
forgive her for that.
we forgive her for that, right?
Right. She's forgiven.
She's laughing in the back. I can hear her. But yeah, no, there was something else. Where were we at? We were somewhere where that was part of a tradition, was actually writing something on a piece of paper and then throwing it into fire, and that was supposed to kind of like be you letting it go kind of thing. And I cannot remember what it was. It was like some festival or something, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it was, but it was very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, expressing it in one way or another is really cathartic. And whether you are able to say it to the person or ask for forgiveness, um, or you are able to just write it down, um, and that's a way of expressing it. And Apple said that learning non-violent communication has helped me with difficult. Yes, it's so important. Apple is so wise here.
Apple
Um,
is one of the wisest people we know. So,
yeah,
yes.
it was important to practice it. I have another friend. Her name is also Kathy, and she is like that. I have learned so much from her recently. That how she communicates, and in a very non-confrontational way, she will bring up these topics without making the other person feel like they're being pushed into a corner. Because if a person feels like they're being pushed into a corner, they are likely to react differently
Yeah, I
than
think,
just
yeah, it's important also. A lot of times I notice that like somebody will start to talk to you about something and then right away you're like in defense posture because
exactly.
because maybe their tone is not it's not expressing what you would think would be non-confrontational or something like that. And then the other thing is text. Oh my God,
Oh,
don't
yes.
try, don't even try to like have a conversation with somebody on text because you can't see the emotion, you can't hear the emotion, and you don't know if when you're talking to them if they're taking it right or not. I can't tell you how many times Kathy and I, or me and friends, or Kathy and friends, have miscommunicated because we were talking over text and we weren't paying attention to each other's words. We were just because we couldn't hear the emotion in it. So we were just looking at words and going, well, everybody's all okay because everybody's typing these words. But maybe they're not, and maybe they're trying to communicate that maybe no, and we're just like, yeah, everything's fine because we can't, you can't read that. It's not something you can read. I really feel that way, and
Yeah,
sometimes
and plus there could be a typo. You meant to type one word, but
that has
there could
happened
be,
so many
yeah,
times.
and then the autocorrect does its own thing.
There was something recently where somebody typed something and they typed, um, I can't remember, it was don't instead of do, and like the autocorrect made it don't, and it was supposed to
Yeah,
be do,
yeah.
and so we're just like okay, and then like a couple hours later, like did you do that yet? And it's like, you said don't do
You
it.
said don't.
And they're like, no, 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 we meant do it, do it. It's
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
and then they go back and look and they're like, oh, autocorrect.
Yeah, and sometimes, people like something just to acknowledge that they have read it. That does not mean that they agree with it.
Exactly. Oh,
Because you don't have any other way to communicate that, okay, I've read it. I've gotten it. But they either they've told you that they've gotten it, but they haven't reacted yet. They haven't had a chance to fully give their response to what you have said. And uh, I may be like, oh yeah, Dilip's read it. Oh, okay, he's okay with it. Let me go and buy this.
that's same. Like it's like, oh, they read it. They haven't responded in the past 5 to 10 minutes, so they must be good with it. Yeah, so,
But he may be driving or whatever.
but now we've realized with some people that they will text you something and or you will text them something and then they'll text right back and then you go to clarify something and they're just gone.
Hmm,
And
that
then there's
happens
this
to me.
big wait period and then you're like, did I make them mad?
Hmm.
Or, what happened?
Yeah.
Or did they not like this idea? Like, and so then you're just kind of like constantly looking at your phone. Well, they read it. Well, they read it. Well, they read it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you're not getting any
Yeah,
response. And
right.
then
And
2 hours later, oh, sorry.
yeah, I mean, they may have a very valid reason why they are not responding, right?
Exactly.
The texts are like we are living our life, and then these texts are coming in on different things, and um, you may be in the middle of something and you quickly responded saying, okay, whatever, but that doesn't mean that was the entire response yet.
Right. Yeah. I remember there when I was working, there was several times when like Kathy would like text me about something and then I'd be like, just respond like yes or yeah or something like that. And then I would disappear and she's just texting me and texting me and texting me. And then she's mad because now she's texted like 10 things and I have not responded back. And most of the time I was like, I got called away to somebody's desk, or I had to go into a meeting or something where I couldn't physically respond to her at that point in time. But she doesn't know that, and she thinks I'm just sitting at my desk on Amazon not paying attention and ignoring her, so.
Yeah, and everyone has a different perspective. When you say something, everyone is coming to it from their own perspective, with their own whatever trauma they might have about it, and they may react even to a very normal statement, they may react
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
loudly or disproportionately because they have some background on that topic.
Yeah.
So that kind of a communication lack thereof and misunderstanding is oftentimes a major reason for disagreements and conflicts. And so that's one thing that we need to be careful about. Before even we get mad about something,
Right.
we should go back to the person and ask them, did you mean this? Because this is what I think. Did you mean to say this? Then we won't even have to forgive them if we got a clarification that no, that's not what they meant. So
Yeah.
we don't even have to get mad at them in the first place to later to forgive them.
Sorry
Oh,
about the
this is
cat.
a different cat.
This
Usually
is
it's
Freya. Yeah, this is Freya. People don't often see her. I'm not sure what she thinks she's doing right now because there's no way she can go down on that other side, but okay. Uh, yeah, she's a big girl now. She was a little
oh,
tiny kitty before, weren't you?
I see.
You and brother fight for attention. Why don't you come down here? Come on. Come on. She doesn't like to be picked up, so that's why I can't like just pick her up. She's still very, very nervous about that. Jump right here. Come on. Oh, she's just ignoring me now. Cats. And I think now Fergus is upset because he actually wants to be up here, and she has
Mm.
outshone him. Let's see. And Apple says, I love what Sangeeta was just saying about clarifying and repeating what was heard. Yes, and I think a lot of times, for whatever reason, we're afraid to clarify. We're afraid to come back with more questions, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, and
I
that, yeah, oftentimes because we have not forgiven the last time, and we are holding that grudge. Oh, that means that Dilip always does this. And so I'm jumping to a conclusion here, saying, oh, because of I have in that mind that, oh, he always does this. He's always late. And so he's texting me and he's not even here because he's always late. And so I'm all getting mad because uh, I am it is my opinion is biased, and that bias could be completely uncalled for and that particular situation.
right. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's easy for us to get biased when, you know, and 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 like I said, that's when she brings up stuff from the past because she's like, oh well, you always do this, and I'm like, I haven't done it in 15 years, but she's like,
Yeah.
oh, but you did it like 800 times then, and it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
but that was then.
yeah, I mean, everyone agrees like Dilip's always late. Okay, he's always late. So, what am I going to do? So, I have to adjust and make plans accordingly. That, um, and I think we talked about it early on last year when we started the positivity circle, is because his temperament, going to the airport, he goes like at the last minute, even after like the boarding has started and he's going through the security.
And I would be having an absolute heart attack. Like
Exactly.
I would just be like
I would
she
be
does this to me.
dysfunctional.
She does this thing that she does.
But see, the thing is I'm not that late.
It's like seconds before they're going to start boarding. We're in group 1, and
Start boarding for anyone.
and she says,
I'm
"I'm
gonna
going to go to the
pee.
bathroom one last time,"
I am literally going to pee one last time.
and I'm going. And they're starting to call people, and I'm going.
But okay, so also let's put this in perspective. So Cheryl's starting to panic because we're group 3.
Okay, let's have a resolution right here. Great.
Well, what I tell her is I just say, look, we've got the last flight, we had 15 people in wheelchairs. I have no problems with that, but that's going to take more than the time it's going to take me to walk across the hall to go to the bathroom and come back. And then we have anybody who just needs help, right? Because they go that, or people with children. Then we are not flying first class. We do not have elite status. We're the first. So
We got comfort class. We're like 3.
group 3 sounds like it's going to happen in 5 minutes, but it's really not going to happen for 15 or 20. So I think in this case in particular, I give up and give in a lot when we travel. I will say that because she has literally dropped me off at the airport when I was flying by myself before any of the counters opened. And so I was there for
That would
40
be me.
minutes waiting for the kids. So, because like there's always 2 sides to the story, right? Like
Yes.
it's not like, and I don't feel settled until I get into the airplane and sit in my seat. So we are similar that way, but I'm just a little more realistic. So the way I look at it is I give in because however early she wants to be at the airport, I don't argue with that. So you have to be willing to just go in the plane if you got to go in the plane. And if I come in with some other people, which has never happened. So I have never gotten back from going to the bathroom where I didn't go on the plane with her also.
But I wait for you, too.
But you
I
don't
would
have
wait.
to.
I would wait for you.
But you don't have to.
Well, you
Like-
know, yeah, you not only that you don't have to, I think you should go in so that you can get the cabin baggage space in the cabin.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm always like, wanting to make sure that we're like in comfort class or something that comes on earlier, or like that we go when it's called, because I want to make sure I get that space.
Okay, and we can look at, here's another giving it. So I don't mind giving in some, but like, I'm going to pee when I got to pee. Like, because the thing is, if I'm ridiculous in that literally if there's 1 drop of pee, I'm going to do my pee before I get on the airplane.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
but then
Yeah.
you
So
you
that-
never know.
Is that also an anxiety at some level because you have bathroom on the plane?
But you can't go to the bathroom until it takes off. So if something happens, I sort of have to pee, and we have to be in that plane for 30 minutes to an hour, then I won't have access to a bathroom. I have to have an empty bladder. It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it is one of my non-negotiables. Like if, also usually we go and I have some water or I have a coffee and I just want to,
Yeah, and yeah, that makes sense. So now the 2 of you can decide, like, instead of getting angry, we just understand this is a point of inflection here, right? So, okay, all right. Cheryl can go in, take the seat, put her baggage, relax, and wait. And what's the worst that's going to happen? That Kathy will miss her flight. And that's not the end of the world. She'll get the next flight.
it's
In
true,
the
and it would be
meantime,
really
you can
hard.
It would be hard.
It would be really, no, but I mean, it would be really hard to miss the flight because that means the very last person
Yeah.
who's getting on the plane, I would be after them.
Yeah.
And sometimes when we get on the plane, that can be 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can relax, take deep breaths, and instead of getting mad about it, there's the resolution here.
I don't really get mad. I'm just like,
No, get anxious about it,
Yeah, it's
anxiety
just,
about anxiety. But also like I am kind of with Cheryl because there is really not much of a downside to getting to the airport early on. It's really no. Then you have started your travel and you can start enjoying. That's how I look at it.
yeah.
and I don't mind that. And this year in particular, we have access to some airplane lounges.
So that has changed as
So
we
that
think.
makes it, so then I'm like, okay, I can sit down, I can relax. It's really
Yeah.
pleasant, and I want to do some content about the lounges. So then it seems more purposeful.
There you go.
But I do bring my computer, so if we're there 80 bazillion hours before we should, then I can go ahead and get some work done. So I do try. I'm impatient, so I bring all the things for I have books, I have computer, I have all the things.
She can't sit still and just sit in silence or sit still for more than 3 minutes.
Not in an airport.
She has to go do something. And honestly,
I walk laps. I'll just walk the airport.
But here's the thing that kind of sets me off about the whole going to the bathroom at the
You
last
didn't
minute.
know this was couples therapy.
I'll be watching for her, right? And I'll be like, oh, is she coming? Is she coming? And then I'll see her come out of the bathroom, and the next thing you know, she's like wandering into a store. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, I look over there like the people in the wheelchairs haven't boarded yet. I've got 10 minutes.
I think the solution to this situation is for Cheryl to be calm at that time and just get on the plane.
Yes.
I'm just going to be like, I don't care if you have my boarding pass or not. I'm just going to use my phone and click it and go.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
both
there
have
you
our
go.
boarding passes.
There you go.
Because I did used to travel with someone who liked to be the last person on the train or on the plane,
Oh.
and it stresses me out. So I do like to be there early, but one of the reasons I'm so impatient in those situations, there's so much talking, there's so much noise, there's so much distraction, and that just dysregulates me a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I walk, or I'll look in a store, because if I'm looking, I'm focusing on something for a minute.
There is literally overstimulation at the airport. There is no doubt about it. And everyone deals with it the best they can. Sandra. That's a good way to start anything. It's being comfortable with your body, right? Not have anything pressing.
Right, and I have the world's tiniest bladder too. But like even if we're in a city, oh, our other Elizabeth is showing up now. Yay, it's good to see you. Just from living in New York and things, like it doesn't matter when you have to go to the bathroom. It matters that you're near a place that you can go to the bathroom.
When we travel,
And so I think I've been trained that way.
when we travel with Jill and Wayne, Jill has a rule. If you see a bathroom, you use it because you never know when the next one's coming.
And I like that. But like with some things, like so she got stressed about train travel.
Yeah.
And it didn't stress me except the time that I could have fallen in between the train and the gap, the gap that was like, I don't know, an Olympic sport. But and I think it's okay because whenever I do something the first time, no matter how mundane it is, I'm very anxious. I worry about things. That's why I'm a good teacher. It's like I finally got the snorkeling thing down. My friends were freaking out, and I'm like, "Oh, I got you. You need to try and breathe just with a snorkel out of the water. Then we're going to go down for 2 seconds. Then we're going to come right back up and breathe some more. Then we're going to go down for a little bit longer." And so because of that, I understand her. Do you know what I mean? Because like I snorkel and I was like, my whole body's going, "You're not supposed to breathe underwater. What are you doing?" And I think that's the same thing. We don't want to miss our plane. What if everything goes wrong?
Yeah.
And so going to the airport early is fine. We're checking more bags sometimes to try and have less stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm totally open for the negotiation of things, with a few things being non-negotiable. And the
Yeah.
peeing is non-negotiable.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, Dilip and I, if I get too anxious about it, I call Uber and I go to the airport. And then I'm fine. And he can take his time and he can come whenever he wants to. And yeah. So,
And no, that's great though. But I mean, like, and I never put up a fight about going to the airport
You don't.
early.
No. No.
So that's not my problem.
And I'm fine once I'm in there sitting down and just waiting. I can sit and wait with all of our stuff around me for hours, and she can wander wherever she wants.
I'm just like, I'm probably not getting in my steps, so let me get in a bunch of steps. And it does relax me. It gets some of that anxious energy out. But I know the subject is forgiveness.
forgiveness. But forgiveness requires resolution oftentimes. And that's what we just practiced here. You can't just forgive without resolving things most of the times. Okay, so we are at the top of the hour. Elizabeth said, when someone tells me there is no bathroom,
That's me. That's me. We're getting to the best part. Sangeeta has a present for us.
Yep.
yeah, it's something I have been wanting to try. So, you know how I always end with chanting? And I thought, how would it be if I play sitar as I chant? And so I'm going to try. Although the purpose of this chanting should always be to calm us down. And so I would like a feedback whether it is better for me to play sitar or not in the subsequent sessions. So I would not be offended at all if you say it's better for you to just chant without any instrument. So today I'm going to try with my sitar. Tejasvina Shamhe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
That was lovely.
That was so lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love the sitar.
I do love the sitar too.
Thank you. So I will bring it next time also. If I can tune it, there are many strings in it. So as long as I have time to tune it, I can bring it.
It's all up to you and
Yeah.
whatever makes
Whatever
you feel
makes
best.
you.
We're happy. And hi, Tani. I'm glad you got to join us tonight. Do you want to talk about, and Apple says thank you.
You're welcome. So let us keep our theme in mind, forgive, and let us try to go into the new year with as fewer baggages of anger, disgust as possible.
Right.
That's a good way to put it.
I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for a year of all of this, and I'm excited to continue it to next year. There are going to be some months that we're traveling only, but we'll figure something out. Either we can let you start it, or we can try and plan it when we're near land.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
January is one of those months. So we'll figure that out offline.
Sounds good.
Thanks to all of you guys hanging out with us and just trying to put more positivity and kindness out into the world. I appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you everyone for joining. This would not happen without you. It's all of us together.
Exactly. That's why it's a circle, y'all.
It's a circle.
Well, thank you so much. And thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful night. And we will talk to you very